Welcome to the SK8LIKEYOU Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, SK8LIKEYOU Podcast, SK8LIKEYOU.com. I'm here with Evan Runfola. What's going on, man?
What's up, dude?
Man, thanks for being on, man. I've been looking forward to this, actually.
Yeah, me too, to be honest with you.
Nice, dude. Nice. We were talking about this the other night, and I think you had mentioned, like, people had said to you, hey, man, you got to get on that thing. And I think you had said something to the effect of, like, well, if you ask me, yeah, but, like,
yeah. If I was asked, I'm not gonna be like, yo, put me on there.
Oh yeah,
That's
no.
weird.
It really is, dude. It's straight. I'm always like super cautious when people like are really like, kind of like, yeah, all about trying to get on. It's like, I don't know. It's a little weird, man. So
Yeah, dude, it's day. There's a bunch of weirdos.
So yeah, just go easy on the fuck word as much as possible. That's all I ask, because then I gotta like put in these weird things for Spotify and YouTube. But anyway,
okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's gonna be difficult.
I know, trust me, bro. I'm literally like censoring myself constantly on this thing. So because like, yeah, I swear too much. I really think I do. I don't know.
I mean, I definitely do, but I just don't give a shit. I just flat out don't care. Like,
yeah. No, there was definitely a point in my life where like I like, especially when I was like as an executive, because like everyone else I worked with, we could like they could turn it on and off, and I couldn't. Like we get into like a really important meeting, and I'd be like, "F this," and people would just really looking at me like, yeah. So, but all right, man. Well. So now you had mentioned people had thrown this by you, like, hey, you should get on there. Like, was there anyone in particular that had said that to you?
Yeah, there was a few people. I mean, I don't remember all of them, to be honest with you. I know one particularly because like every time we would talk about the podcast, like, you been asked yet? I'm like, no, not yet. I'll wait.
Why do you think that people were saying that to you though? Like that you should get on?
I don't know. I mean, maybe just because I go all over the place and like I try to go to everywhere I can. I don't know.
I know for a couple people that had that same experience, like most of the time it was because like their friends basically were like, oh dude, you'll get on there and just say some outlandish shit. That's
Yeah, that's what I said to the one guy. I was like, I'm gonna say something about somebody and it's gonna be bad.
Dude, I won't say here like who it was, but somebody I was just talking to was like and he'll be on, and so if he decides he wants to say this is fine, he's like, I'm probably just gonna get on and talk shit about vanilla the whole time.
Oh yeah. I can think of a few people. Shit, you can put me on with that one. I'll get behind it.
I was like, whatever you want to say, man, that's fine with me. The views and opinions expressed here don't.
Yeah, dude,
like,
it's
whatever.
A plan.
Yeah, who cares, man? But all right, man. So, dude, Evan, how many of these things have you watched?
Oh, I don't think I've watched any of them. I'll be honest with you.
That's awesome. So
I'm like never home.
It's just like seeing the clips and stuff online.
Yeah, here and there.
Okay.
If I even have time for that.
It's all good. It's all good, man. So, dude, I can't think of. I don't really remember when I met you. I mean, I know it must have been Roller Jam, but like there was.
It probably. I'm gonna say that's probably safe to say it was Roller Jam or Skate 47.
Yeah, I think Roller Jam, and it's funny too because that like I know like we had, I don't know, seen each other a few times or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to make this sound weird.
Yeah. No, I know.
but I think with a lot of situations, it was just like I don't even know if we talked till like I don't know, like the third or fourth time I probably ever saw you at a ring.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's still people like that I go and like I know exactly who they are. I know their names. I don't even never spoken to them once in my life.
Dude.
Like,
well, it's not it's not the most conducive environment to conversations anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not.
especially Roller Jam. I mean, my God.
Oh yeah, no, you're not constant. You're not conversating. You're trying to like not die.
Yeah, just go, right?
Yeah.
So how long were you going to Roller Jam for, man?
Longer than I was supposed to.
Yeah. So they let you. Yeah, no, I think actually Connor had said that the same thing. Like he's like,
yeah, Connor wasn't as young as I was. That's for sure.
No doubt. Okay. So was that pretty? shocking news for you though to hear about that? Like it's shutting down.
Well, no, not really. I mean, just like everything else, COVID kind of screwed everything up. But like, I don't know. I feel like it all ends eventually.
Yeah, yeah. Disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of like my Saturdays. Like, it's hard because I do work construction, so like, I can't go to Branchburg on Sundays anymore because like I'll leave there 2 in the morning. I gotta be up at like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then probably still be late for work anyways. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's too much. I usually only try to skate Friday, Saturday now.
What do you think it was about for people that I know that really enjoyed that place or whatever? You know, I ask them a lot, like what do you think it was about that place that kind of like was so different for so many people? Like there were people that absolutely
Bro, it had a
love that
bar. What do
place.
you mean?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, there's that. It has a bar, yeah, but it's got
I
to be
think it was
more
a
than
lot
that.
of it. A lot of it was I'd say a lot of it was how everything was so dark in there, but it was also lit up so well and how small it was.
Mm-hmm.
You could pack 200 people in there and you felt like there was 1,000.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Now, like, I mean, even take this weekend, for example, there was a lot of people there, but like, it's not like you're not dodging people.
yeah,
It's not, it's not as packed and it can't be because the rinks are so big.
yeah. And what's funny about that is that so the things that like there are things about it that I really like. There's and you alluding to like just how condensed it could be. Those are the very things that for some people made them absolutely despise it. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Some people, yeah.
And
Some people just don't like being around, some people get anxiety with that.
yeah, but like I can't skate. I can't skate there. It's like there's too many people and that whole thing and yeah, man. I don't know if you remember. I remember like the first time, maybe not the first time, but there was like this one. I don't even know if we had talked, but there was this one night. It was I don't want to say it was probably I think it might have been like the last session I went to before the last session. But all I know is that I don't you might not remember this, but I was like, I'm getting behind him because like you just were going. Like you just
Yeah,
went, bro,
yeah.
all over. And I remember you looking back at one point and almost with this surprised look on your face, like, holy shit, he's still there, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that night actually, because I was kind of like, oh shit, all right, whatever.
But that's what I loved about that place, dude. Seriously, I love that, man.
And you know what was like nice about it when it was like that all the time, so packed where it was like you said, like I was everywhere.
Yeah.
It was so different. It was like you didn't necessarily like have to be like skating like on the beat of music or anything. As long as you were moving and flowing, like it didn't even matter.
Yeah, man.
Like it
Yeah.
was just a blast.
Yep. Yeah, and I kind of like enjoy the challenge of like, whatever it is I'm doing, even if, like and when being on beat though, like to kind of like be able to kind of like dodgeball style, like duck, dodge, dive, dip, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
I mean, I got punched in the face a few times there just from trying to move through people. I mean,
yeah.
it definitely tests like your freaking agility. Like the doctor hits you in the knee with the hammer. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that on steroids.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Oh, it's all about reflex. But
yeah,
being able to do that and kind of like almost like that thing like of dodging and moving around, like becoming a part of what you're doing, right? Where it
yeah, yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
break your beat, it doesn't break your flow or whatever. I don't know. I grew up in a tiny rink though, so it was like accustomed to that kind of thing, and especially on afternoons, just dodging kids, man. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that can be it. That can be fun too.
But so what do you remember the first time you ever put on skates? That's the one question I ask everybody.
No, I was too young to really remember.
Yeah. You
Yeah, as soon as like I could walk good enough, my parents had me on them. So
so do you come from a family of skaters?
yeah, so my both my parents used to. My mom doesn't anymore. She hasn't in years. But my dad used to work at the rink and brick. That's not there anymore, neither one of them. And then my mom used to skate in the rink in Wall Township too, and that's also not there anymore.
Okay. So yeah, that same with me, man. Well, my parents didn't, but my older sister, my older brother did, and I don't remember getting on skates the first time at all. Uh, I just I remember somewhere around like first grade. I was thinking about this the other day. it was like the first time I remember, because Wednesday nights would be a 6:30 to 8:30 at this rink I grew up in. And I literally remembered the other day, because I ask this question to people all the time, so it makes me think about it. But I remember the first time like sitting in school being like, oh, there's skating tonight. Like being
Uh-huh.
excited about that, right? You know,
Yeah.
because I had like my I could tell you the whole week, the whole session schedule to this day, where was the first like home rink for you?
Technically, it would have been Eatontown, New Jersey. That also closed down. It burned down a couple times or something. But then when we stopped going there, we started going to Jackson, and then that was short lived because we had heard about South Amboy Roller Magic, which was the parent rink to Jackson Roller Magic, and then we started going up there. That's how I know Jackie and Rob and most of the people I know. And then we never stopped going there. It was like, why are we going to this other place?
So Jackson, that's at United Skates, right?
Now it is. Yeah, it got bought 2 years ago, I think.
Okay. Are they the ones that floor looks like it was cut? Is that floor cut?
Yeah, it was. It was cut, yeah.
Did United Skates do that?
Yeah, United Skates did that. I actually did some of the remodeling when they took over. They needed some extra help, and I pulled some nights there.
That wall creeps up on you, dude.
Yeah, it can, and a lot of that has to do with just the fact that like they didn't put
it doesn't turn anymore.
It doesn't have any turn, so it's kind of like, oh shit, yeah, I have to turn. So like if you're not paying attention, yeah.
Because I've only been there one time, and it was for like a adult night or late skate or something like that. And that
like Tuesdays, right? Came on a Tuesday. I think I remember that.
Yeah, but that whole area behind that small wall, it's all dark. There's no lights, right? So it's like, and then that wall is like black, and like that little wall.
Oh yeah, it blends in. It blends in.
And so I'm moving backwards, just with like I don't know how many years of normal instinct of making this gradual turn. That wall just came up. Came up out of nowhere and was like, yeah, you.
Yeah, basically.
Boom. It was. I mean, it only took one time, and then I learned. But
yeah, I didn't get caught by it because I mean, just skating between Jackson, South Amboy, and Roller Jam, and all these other rinks that are all different sized. It doesn't phase me.
Yeah. So you went now. When are you going to South Amboy? Like what age are you when you start going there?
Oh shit. Probably 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. Wow.
I'd say. Yeah.
All right. So at 9 or 10, are you like, is this like the thing that you really like to do?
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I used to skateboard. I rode BMX a lot. I was a hockey player. I played travel soccer. Like I did a lot of shit.
Okay.
But that was kind of like end of the school week was like, oh, I can go skate. Like,
okay.
Let's go. Dad, I want to go.
So you played ice hockey?
Yeah, I did. I played ice. I played roller, and I didn't actually start playing ice until high school.
Nice, man. There's like no hockey teams like around here where I live, like in high schools at all. I mean, I grew up in a place where it was. I mean, I played ice hockey as a kid, but yeah, like it's kind of Jersey's, yeah, makes sense in Jersey. But this area of Pennsylvania, like none of these high schools have hockey. It's crazy.
Yeah, which is still weird though, because like you got Pittsburgh and like Philly. Like you'd think there'd be something.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it's Amish stuff.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of that. That's true. That's
There's
true.
A lot of that. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, you got some good barns, I bet.
I'm telling you, man. So you want to hear a funny thing about that? Like I had no idea that like was a thing when I first moved to Pennsylvania. Like I thought it was kind of like pilgrims, you know what I mean? They just were gone, right? So one night I had rented this house in this little like suburb of Lebanon. Not that Lebanon's a big place or anything, but it's Lebanon County is very Amish.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah, definitely is.
It's right next to Lancaster County. So one night, I rent this house and it has like this wraparound porch and it's kind of on these back roads, just like barely any street lights. And I lived right at this intersection and I'm out there and I was smoking at the time. And I'm out there like pitch black, just sitting in a chair on my porch. And I hear this clop, 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 clop. Right. I'm like, what is this, man? I'd never seen this before. Okay. And all of a sudden, man, I see like this big ass like carriage. Like everything's black though, dude.
Oh yeah. None of it's like, it's not like they show up in a white like
No,
carriage. It's
no.
all pitch black. Like you
It,
can't see me at night. Like
it's not the most like inviting image, right? So
yeah.
there I am, this dude like he looked like he was like like chauffeuring somebody up to Dracula's castle, you know what I'm saying? Like he's all blacked out, right? Black carriage, black horse. It's kind of cold. There's like steam coming out of this horse's nostrils, dude. And he pulls up at this intersection right in front of my house. I hid the cherry of my cigarette, bro, and I didn't move.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, what are we smoking? I mean, you might have been hallucinating a little bit.
No, this was like legit because I had never seen that, right? So like I'm waiting for some, I don't know, some dude to come around a corner on a horse with no head and a pumpkin in his hand, or just
you're watching movies too much that night.
I'm telling you, dude. But it was freaky, man. It was freaky. So I literally hid the chair. I noticed that, oh, the only thing he's gonna be able to see is my cigarette. Because he stopped at the intersection right in front of me. And he just kind of, and then went on. And I just was like, oh my God. Like that was, I realized immediately, like almost immediately what it was, but I had never seen anything like that. So it just trust me, man, if it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night and you've never seen some shit like that, it's kind of creepy, bro.
I guess
it's not, it's just weird, but
I don't know, man. I grew up at the beach, so like nothing really shocks me at all. Like Bartown, like the Jersey Shore cast used to hang out there. Like I'm not surprised by anything.
Oh no, trust me. I could see, whatever, man, like, on Dot Avenue, some chick named Cheryl with 4 teeth and a crack pipe.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna phase me. But the Amish cat, he freaked me the hell out. But anyway, enough of that. Holy, it's already off the rails. So okay, so you're 9 or 10. So you did 8 wheels then, didn't you?
Yeah. Probably 6 of them.
6 of them. Okay.
6 or 7 of them. Yeah, I think it was 6. I think it was 6 of them.
How old were you when you first went to 8 wheels?
Probably 11, 12, something like that. Yeah. Right. It ended in 18. So yeah, that would make sense. 12.
Are you and Jackie kind of close to age or no?
Yeah. She's my sister's age. She's only like 4 or 5 years older than I am.
Okay. So you're like, you must have been the youngest person there then.
In that like group, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because I mean, 8 wheels was like an adult thing, right?
Nah, not really. I mean, there was kids there. There were definitely kids younger than me. Charlie was a lot younger than I was, and he was there.
But they're all skaters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mainly.
So it's funny, because I come and I see, I come to Roller Jam for the first time and I get to meet some people and I see some skaters, and then, I go a few times and then kind of like out of nowhere, like I just see somebody doing like some crazy stuff that I didn't even know like was in their arsenal. And you're definitely one of them. Like you're clearly like a jam dude. Like you've got that going. Like, so when did all that? Because dude, I was watching you do like a backflip, and then like you jumped the one night and literally like basically like took a seat in the air and touched your toes.
Oh right? Yeah.
Okay.
Toe touches.
Yeah. So like with both feet though at the same time, right? I mean, so like, yeah. When does all that start, dude? When do you get into that?
A lot of it was just screwing around at South Amboy, and then like COVID hit, and like that was all to do. Like the bars were open, but then once that got boring, it was like I got to do something else with this because like this is it.
But did you ever compete or do anything like that?
No,
nothing.
Nope.
Were you on any type of team or crew or anything like that?
At one point, I was in like a skate team at Branch Brook, but that didn't last very long.
It did. Okay. So, am I crazy? Did I see a picture like, and this looked like a picture you were young with a young Billy Kyle?
Well, probably, yeah. I don't know where that is,
Okay. I
but probably. Yeah, I
yeah,
met Billy when I was like, yeah, probably like 11, 12 years old, because that's when we really started like going places again.
yeah.
And then we didn't actually realize it until shit, I don't even remember where we were. We're probably at 47 or something. Oh no, you know what? I think he came to Jackson one time before United Skates bought it, and we like put two and two together after like 5 minutes of talking.
Okay. Okay.
We hadn't seen each other in like I hadn't been to Palace for like a regular session because you couldn't get into their adult night if you did not have a license because it's Philly, obviously. So it's
Mhm.
probably like 8 or 9 years.
Okay. Okay. So when you were going to Roller Jam, were you there like when Tito like sure I don't know how long ago it was when Tito started DJing there, but were you there when he like started there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's interesting because I've never asked anybody this, like, because like he, the way I hear it, is like they brought him in and kind of like he kind of like flipped the script a little bit as far as like the game went, as far as DJing there. Did you
Oh
notice?
yeah.
Did you notice an immediate difference with him?
I don't really think I knew. I'm pretty sure he was always there as long as I went there.
Okay.
As far as I know. I mean, I know there were other guys that did like half the night and whatever, like Dave that does Jackson's adult night that you went to.
Hmm.
He used to do, a weekend or so there, but other than that, no, I can't even really remember anybody else.
Why do you think? Why do you think? Like as far as like the up here, like the Northeast, but like why do you think that he does so well? Why do you think that like everybody can get down to him as far as it seems?
That's Tito. Like it's just Tito.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been doing that for so long, whether it was not a rink or it was a club in Staten Island, like that's just what he does. I mean,
Mm.
he can't he can't really up. Like
No, man. He really can't. He really can't. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's your kind of go-to like music or whatever for yourself?
I really all depends on like where I'm at too. Because I mean, like all those Pennsylvania places they're usually like more like freestylish type of music,
Hmm.
and then like being at South Amboy and like Branch Brook and Roller Jam, it's a lot of house music, a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B stuff like I actually grew up listening to. So like I like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting, man, because like I noticed too, like so I would go to like the Wednesday night in Philly a lot with it, and it was just like now it was the night too, but it was like it's like man, it's a lot of freestyle, and then like, but that's why when I went to Rollage, because like when I in New England, it was like yeah, it was like that '90s like hip hop R&B, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, like some house stuff, like
Wait, so where'd you skate in New England?
in Maine and Massachusetts.
Where in Mass?
Uh, Roller Kingdom. It's called Skate
Yep.
Free in Tingsboro.
Yep.
My dad used to live literally across the street. They built these condos in the late '80s across the street, and they used to dodge traffic across that freeway.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, that
Rolling,
place is busy.
dude.
I've
It's
been there a few times. I'm good friends with the kids that work there actually.
no kidding. You ever
Yeah,
get?
yeah. I went up there during COVID. It was actually they all got kind of like TikTok famous, a couple of the people up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, yeah, we're not that far. Like we should go up there. So like me, Eshawn, and Jaden, like we're just like we're gonna drive up there. Eshawn went without us one time, and then we were like, all right, we'll make the drive. And like we met in Connecticut at hell's the fuck is this place called?
I can't think of it
Roll
either, but
something. There's
yeah,
one in Connecticut. I can't think of the name. They don't really do any events or anything now. It kind of sucks there. But it's in like just a warehouse with like a rink.
okay, that's something different actually than I'm just thinking about.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Why? What rink were you thinking of?
I
There
can't,
was only three, and Middletown closed.
I can't
So
think
there
of
was Waterbury, Connecticut, which was Roller Magic, and then
Roller Magic is what I'm thinking about.
yeah, probably.
Yeah. Then the other place was you know what's funny is that nobody I ever talked to that skated in New England knows about this or remembers it. But there was a place in a town called Drake It, and it was called White Wheels. And now I went there when I was like 12, 13. But I guess I don't think that's existed for a long time because nobody knows
No.
about it. And then there in Maine, like, I did Happy Wheels, a few different locations, Happy Wheels, but like all of those are closed now, except for the one that this guy, Derek, reopened a couple years ago. And that just like in Westbrook, and that just like reignited the skate scene up there. like
Yeah.
huge, dude.
Yeah. So then you ever been to in Boston, Chez Vu?
Oh yeah, dude. I was just up there actually a couple months ago, man.
Derek's the man. Derek and Manny.
Yeah, dude, that place is like so. It's so funny because that place is kind of reminded me most of the vibe at Roller Jam and any other place
Yep.
that I'd go to.
Yeah.
You know that used to be like a Model T dealership.
I think he mentioned that to us before, like his grandfather bought it, right? Because he's third
Yeah,
generation
yeah,
or fourth
man.
generation owner.
Dude, that place is so it's so funny because I went up with this guy Rob, and I went up in there like this adult night. I can't remember what night that is, but I hadn't been to this thing like yet, and he's like yeah, I think it started at like 9 or something, but he's like at 10 o'clock. He's like, it's just gonna go. It's just gonna totally go nuts. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that clock hit 10. The place just blew up, and it was like, oh my god! I turned around, and I just was surrounded by people just going off, man. And
Yeah.
yeah, a DJ was on time, dude, right on point the whole night. Like I had a blast in that spot, dude, big time.
Yeah, that place is, but they also don't have like a real skate scene there except for Chez Vu. Like, there's nothing in the Massachusetts area that's necessarily like Tingsboro. Like, that's like New Hampshire, and like my friends that go up there, like they all live like 45 minutes from it or
Yeah.
an hour. They're not necessarily close to it at all. They were going to Connecticut because the rink there was so much closer,
Mhm.
but like it wasn't it.
Yeah, well, so the thing is, so I mostly came up in Maine skating, and I went to this little rink called the Sanford Family Skate Center. It hasn't been there for years now. And the thing in Maine is super individualistic in its style, right? Like you don't see a lot of shuffle lines. You don't see like it exists, but like one thing is that so in Maine, like, and all these rinks in Maine are spaced because, like, if you're not aware, I was talking to Derek Fitzgerald about this. He's the guy that owns Happy Wheels now, but all the roads go north and south in Maine. Nothing goes east west.
Yeah, yeah, that I actually know.
So traveling rink to rink doesn't like. That's why everywhere in Europe, if you lived in Maine, you measured everything by time, not distance, when you had to travel somewhere.
I think that's an American thing.
But it's in Maine, it's when you literally don't have east and west. A 10 mile drive can take you 30-40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So like all these rinks were always islanded from each other, which kind of developed different styles from rink to rink, and made things very individual. The music is great. Most of them, unless you go to like a Chez Vu,
Yeah.
they literally just play like full album cuts. Like they don't mix anything.
Yeah, they just like play the
Yeah.
music and let it go. Yeah.
And it's anything, dude. It's crazy. So where else did you skate in Mass?
I did Tingsboro, Roll in America before it closed. I went there once. Wasn't too crazy about that. It seemed like it was more like a family like fun center than it was a rink.
Yeah, man.
Which, I mean, that's the way those places kind of make money, so like I get it. uh
There's a lot of
yeah,
Chuck
it
E.
was those
Cheese's up
three.
there.
I can't believe those are still a thing. We passed by one the other day and I was like, those fucking places are still a thing. Like,
But I'm saying
not enough kids got COVID from them to
Yeah.
like close them all.
But I'm saying the rinks are like Chuck E. Cheese's though up there. There's a lot
Oh
of that.
yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense though. I mean, yeah, and you know what's funny is the guy that came up to run the remodel for
Mhm.
Jackson for United Skates, they are friends with like the owners of United Skates, and I was talking to them like about because he said he used to speed skate back in the day on like cannibals and whatever. And I was like, yeah, I got like 4 pairs of them. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I just buy them online on Facebook,
Yeah.
Marketplace.
Yeah.
And he's like, how are they even good? I'm like, they're from the 80s. I was like, yeah, they're still like brand new.
Yeah, man.
But he was telling me he actually knows the guy that owned Roll On America in Mass. He was like, he knew the original owner and whatever, and helped them set that up because he had a rink down, and himself he owned a rink in what is this? Oh shit, Virginia.
Okay.
I was just down there for my buddy's wedding like last year, and we were like a half an hour or so from the rink, and I was like, I brought my skates. I was like, man, if I have time, I got to get over there. because they actually sold it to their manager like years ago. I think they still own like the property, but they was got a lot of information on them. It's like if you don't run it like a family fun center and do like the STEM programs and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of like you're hoping people show up for like a Friday night session and like
Yeah.
birthday parties. Like you're hoping, and it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah, if you don't have like a big time culture of like adult skaters.
That's well, like Branchbrook. Branchbrook's a United Skates, and like they do like the STEM programs and stuff too, but like they could get away without it. Like an adult night at Branchbrook is like roller jet. It's not, you don't want to go in there not knowing what you're doing too much. You can. People will help you, but like it's intimidating.
Nice. That's not, see this every time I hear about Branchbrook, I want to go more.
You have to. Have you ever been there?
No, dude, I haven't been there.
I haven't been in like 3 years because I don't have my high top skates anymore because they were just way too small and I was like physically hurting myself on them. And then again, like Sunday nights, I can't do it unless it's like, Labor Day's the next day and I don't have to go to work. But that place is like electric.
So you're saying in order to go there, you feel better on like JB skates, basically?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, that's the whole vibe of the place. Like I go there and shuffle skate, but like when I go there with my friends there, I don't want to. I want to be in the center and you know, doing that kind of rhythm skating and
Mhm.
trains and trios and not really fast backwards. I could care less about that these days, but that's like and like not freestyle music, but the freestyle type of skating
Right. Right.
like that.
Right.
That's what I like.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's funny. I grew up on high boots with a heel. Like it's all no one at my rink had speed skates, dude, coming up. Like our whole thing was like once you got your first setup, like if you got like I got like the first pair I ever got, I got for Christmas, so like the vinyl like Chicago's,
Yeah, the shit skates.
yeah. And but so at our rink, it was like when you graduated from vinyl to like a leather boot, like now you were like kind of in, right?
Oh, that's still how it is.
Yeah. So, but like nobody had speed skates, nobody had jam skates. Like that didn't exist in my rink. And
Yeah,
so,
no, not till I don't think they really got big until like the 80s is when that's when it like took off and then like jam skating really became a thing.
yeah, well, I'm talking through the whole '90s, man. That did not exist in our rink, and so when I started skating again a few years ago, one, I didn't know what the hell to buy. I had no clue. Everything's different. But I look around, everyone's got these speed boots, jam boots. And so I ended up, just doing that. I mean, I like the 595. Actually, I love that boot, but yeah, I'm always curious when I look at the JB boot, like, dude, do I want to get it? Like, I mean, it's what I came up on. I spent
different.
the vast majority of my life. I mean, the vast majority of my skating was done on that, but I don't know. I like my Arius plate though. I love it. I don't care what anyone says.
Can't. I tried it once. I couldn't. I think I'd fixed somebody else's skates that had them on a 3200, a high top boot, and I was kind of like playing with them because we were the same size, and I was like, all right, they're not as bad on here, which is what I thought because first time I rolled them, they were on a 395, and I was like I couldn't move on them. I mean, if you ever see my skates the next time you see me, my trucks are loose, like from skating roller jam. Like I have to, and like I'm too used to it now. When I tighten them up, I'm like a brick.
Yeah.
But then I got on them on those high boots, and I was kind of like, all right, now they're nice for this, but I want to put them on anything else.
Was it too much action or not enough?
Not enough. I couldn't make a move like at all.
Oh man, I got plenty. I don't know what it is. I was on
you'll
that,
see.
but see, I love them. I love it. But I like, the thing is that I was on a 45 my entire life too. And then I only had ever done something different. I got that Reactor Pro, which is a 10 degree,
Yeah.
I
can't stand those plates. They seem like such garbage.
Well, what I had to do because I like my trucks loose. I can't jiggle them by any stretch, but I like them like very loose.
Mine jiggle.
Yeah, see, mine don't jiggle, but they like just the slightest leaner movement, right? Like they're going. But the problem is my fat ass was just chewing through the cushions because they were just rocking around in there. So I had to go to Ron Murray to get like 94, like, like hard. But that's how I made it work. But so when I got the Arius plate, I was like, oh my God, this is like home compared to that thing. Man, I loved it. But
I had a problem with breaking stuff, so like
what
I
do
was
you?
always on lasers, and then like I was snapping. I've probably broke enough laser trucks to probably buy at least 10 more sets of full sets of laser plates, like because I was snapping the pivot balls off of them so much.
What are you on now? What plate do you have?
I'm on Snyder Royals now.
Okay, and you like that?
So I don't like how they fall apart all the time, but like they don't break, so I guess that's good.
What?
'Cause they did the stupidest thing, like if you got, I need something, but like, so like if you got the plate, right,
Uh-huh.
and the kingpin,
Mm-hmm.
where the kingpin goes into the plate, they made it coarse thread. Like it almost
Oh,
looks like a lag bolt.
right,
So like it
right.
just comes loose.
Yeah.
I've put red thread locker on some things and like I shouldn't have, but I really just didn't want them to come off. There's red thread locker on it. It just comes out. It does not stay.
I had been debating about the Arius no matter what, right? But then like a few weeks ago now, I was I was at a rink and my left front truck kept getting loose on my reactor, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And at first, because it's got the click system,
Yeah.
I just figured that got wore out. So I was trying to turn it and it would tighten, but then I just go to turn it one more time and then it would like, loosen and whatever. And I realized that half the kingpin was stripped in that thing.
I think I've actually seen that before. I remember seeing somebody on Facebook whine about that.
So I was like, could I replace a kingpin? Yeah, but I was like, this is perfect justification to go spend more money on.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I got a closet over there that's, I don't know, easily more than $5,000 worth of stuff. It's probably 10 because I don't actually know what I spent on something. I remember most of it, but I can't. There's so many sets of wheels in there. I have no idea. I can't even. Actually, it was last year. I bought a set of cannibals greens. I was like, all right, I need another set to cut down and like make narrow. And then I bought them. Guess I forgot I bought them. I bought another set that was half green, half orange. And then I found the other set that I had that was half green, half orange. So I'm stuck with like 3 or 4 sets of the same wheel. I'm not going to get rid of them. But
Yeah, that's a good
I
problem.
can't keep up on what I buy when I buy.
Did you ever have zingers back in the day?
No.
Dude, I used to have zingers, man. The green and black ones. They're around here. I have a set around here somewhere. Last time I went home, I found them, and one of them is so cone, dude. It's so cone, like, because I never like would rotate my wheels when I was a kid. Man, oh yeah, the zingers. That, and we had these boomerangs because we used to skate outside a lot. Like
Boomerangs.
Do you remember boomerangs? I guess Vanguard.
I think I know what they look like. Yeah. I know what they were.
Yeah, they're softest wheels ever, dude. Ever. I'm dying for somebody to get because Rob sees that crap all the time. Like you see a set of boomerangs, let me know, dude. Just for the
I mean, you just got to get in the Facebook
factor.
groups.
I
was right before we got on. Like somebody just posted a set of purple hyper jives, which are like ridiculously hard to find. I have like a brand new set in my closet that I don't think it's ever been skated. I think it was took out of the package and never touched. And then this guy posted them. And then there's another guy, James, on here that I know. He hit me up and was like, "Hey, I have another pair that look like they're in better shape and same price." So I was like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna take them because I don't want to skate those because they're literally brand new."
So you had said about the cutting a set down. So what's your preference as far as your width?
Well, like it depends. I mean, right now I'm on Rollerbones Nitros and they're smaller. They're not like a full size wheel.
Right.
They're 38 wide and 59 tall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about the height too much. I mean,
it's
to a point,
width, right?
To a point, the height. I feel like I have this red heebie-jeebie wheel. Like I can honestly care less for them because of the micro bearings. I don't like it. it feels like it rolls funny. Not because the wheel, like the hub is nice. I can tell the urethane's nice, but just the micro bearing, like I feel everything. I hate it.
Hmm.
But they're taller. They're like a 65 or something, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's a
feel like
little
I'm rolling
crazy.
on boats. It's a little big.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I try. I was on the 70s, like someone let me use the Bonts, and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I felt like I was like, it's a long way down. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, that's
It's
what it
weird,
feels like.
but I like so like I've done it with Nathan's cut them for me a few times. I took yellow lips and I had them cut like turbos are.
Hmm.
So they're just I don't know what the height was. It's just whatever he got them to be like cylindrical again.
Yeah, man.
um, but then I had them offset cut them at 38, just like the turbos are.
Yep.
Still nice.
I love that. See, and that like people look at me like I'm nuts. I love that exact size, 59, 38. I tried it out. Well, I had the turbos, and they had
Yeah. Okay.
that 38 width, and then like I got I tried out the new Ghost Assassins, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
and I feel like I'm on like it's like monster trucks, you know what I mean, as far as the width goes. Like you know, I just don't feel like I can. Yeah, I like to turn my ankle over too much, both inside and out. For it's just a lot, you know.
Yeah. I think it especially from flip flopping between my low boots and my high boots.
Yeah,
I had already begun to like a more narrow wheel because I was on the turbos before I got high tops.
yeah,
Especially flying around at roller jam, it's a lot nicer. But yeah, then I got on like a full size wheel again, and I was kind of like, nah.
yeah, yeah. And then, well, so my next thing after that was I tried that Radar Halo, the alloys. I got the 99. It's not bad. It didn't last very long, but
Now, I mean, that's the thing. It's like Rydell, like I even said, I think I said it to the guy that builds my boots. I was like, they're great for boots. They have the best ones, but plates and wheels, nah, not gonna happen.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, with the exception of like Scott's and whatever, because like that's like he does that himself. I know now he's not, but like before it was a made to order type of thing. It wasn't so mass produced, but like I would say the only mass produced wheels I actually like are the roller bones. And then until I skated a set of the anabolics and was kind of like, all right, no, these are pretty nice too. Otherwise, everything else kind of sucks now. All the sure grip wheels are like they roll like you're like on mud,
yeah.
and then even their plates, like the reactors, like they just the first time I like held one on my hand, I was like, these just look cheap. And then they're like, what are they? Like they're like $300, aren't they?
I was like
Or
four,
four?
four. Yeah,
Yeah, depending on what you had the pros, you said, right?
yep,
Yeah, they're like four. You can go spend $400 on a roll line on a dance.
yeah,
And so the kingpin's like a little bit more. It's like a 16 or 22. They don't
yeah,
actually tell you, but like you're getting like 10 times the plate you are of anything here. I mean,
yeah,
even Nathan's making those lasers. I gotta get a hold of him once I get that money because that's a hefty price.
dude.
But I
So
want to see if he can get me because I always have a problem with the kingpins coming out or breaking or whatever. I want to see if he can do, and I like the click type since I was on roll lines.
yeah,
I want to see if he can put roll line kingpins in there for me.
so yeah, I know like Grant Hendricks. I was just talking to him, and he's got like the sure grip, like the A45s in them. But and I might be crazy, but I I swear I just saw Nathan recently like put out some type of like drawing or something like that, like he's gonna be doing his own trucks, you know. Which
Not a, I'm not at liberty to talk about that too much.
have you seen one of have you seen one of those plates? Have you held one?
In person, yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan's
Okay. Oh, all
when
right.
he came up
Oh,
for Philly Fall
yeah,
Bash.
yeah,
I was like, dude, I need a set. This is before he was kind of
yeah,
because when I asked him in the past, he was kind of like, no, it's so much work. I can't
yep,
like it'd be so much money. I
yep,
was like, dude, if it's $1,000, like I'm telling you right now, I'd pay for it.
yep,
Like I don't care.
yep,
Um, and he was like, ooh, maybe. And then
yeah,
I think he ended up making some like for somebody he was close with. He made somebody for like
mm-hmm,
their sauna set,
mm-hmm,
and then you started seeing them.
yeah,
Like a few months after that, it was like I think something clicked in his head, and he's just like, "I'm gonna do this. Like, let's make this happen."
So I had him on the podcast a while ago, and we were talking about all that stuff. And then he had made that set for Grant Hendricks. They got him some crazy custom set.
Is that the ones on like they were on like pink bonds with pink wheels or something?
No. So those are the precision racing ones.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So that's the one I'm talking about. I saw
Mhm.
first. I figured was like a personal like friend or something, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
it skyrocketed.
Grant took his stepdaughter to prom. Took Nathan's stepdaughter to prom. Like they know each other real well. But
Okay.
so he got he got like the custom boot, like they did like the whole foot mold and that whole thing, and then those plates on there. He was just on here the other day, like walking everyone through the whole setup. But so then but we were talking about it, Nathan and I on the pod and stuff, just about the machining stuff he does. And then I did that one for Grant. And then last year he shows up at Ohio and he's got his little case and he sits down next to me, he opens it up and he pulls one out, and he's like, checks it. And I'm looking at this thing like, holy shit. Like, my God, it's like a piece of art, man.
Yeah.
And I turn the thing over. Oh, no, I'm looking at this thing like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, but look. And then he turns it over. And dude, you would have had to use a a magnifying glass
to see like a blemish. Yeah, I'm sure.
On the bottom. And
it's probably killing him.
And he goes, and he's like, so this is when it isn't done. I'm like, what? What do you mean not done? He's like, and then he just goes, it's not done to my expectations. And I believed him 100%. Like the dude he absolutely is committed to producing the best possible thing.
And forget about the best. It's like the most perfect.
Yes.
It's the most perfect thing. It can't even be the best. It has to be perfect.
Yeah. Speaking of mass rinks, shit, what's the one that I was just at? Oh man. Because the guy that owns it we were talking about Nathan's thing.
Satellite? No, I don't think that's there anymore.
No, the one in damn it. Now I have to see this. Oh man. It's gonna drive me bonkers. Oh, sorry everybody. I gotta see this. Because it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't remember.
Yeah, especially if you're not naming it by now, and I can't think of what the name of it is.
You'll know when you hear it.
Starlight, is that one of them?
No.
No.
Forest. I didn't.
Forest Fun Center. Yeah.
In Taunton.
I've never been there. The kid I know used to work there. I don't. Never made the trip though.
The owner, Forest. People are always like, "Yeah, you should have Forrest on." I'm like, "Well, I don't have 4.5 hours to spend listening to somebody, right?" Because that dude just can. He's a nice enough guy, but he just goes, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, well that plate, I mean, it's just a laser, it's like an aluminum laser." I'm like, "Well, yeah, no shit, you know what I mean?"
Yeah, no shit. That's the idea.
That's exactly what people need. That's all it is. I'm like, no, dude, what are you talking about, man? Give me a break, dude.
Everybody needs like a laser with like the quality and like durability of a roll line. That's what everyone needs, and like you never need to buy anything ever again.
With a 45 truck on it. With a 45, yeah, man. And so talking to Grant, he was like, what I love about it, he's like, it's because he's got like the nylon, whatever laser. And he's like, but this thing handles all the torque for every turn. And what I mean? It doesn't, there's no flex to it, man. It just handles all the torque. So, I mean, but he's pumping them out now.
Yeah, no, what did he just posted a picture like 7 or 8 pairs or something?
Yeah,
I was like, damn, man, I gotta get on that. Like,
people are buying them, man. I'm sure it's probably tough because and I'm not saying like anyone in particular or anything, but you know how people are, man. They talk a lot of shit, right? So it's like, oh yeah, I'll buy a set. Next thing you know,
no, I know him and I talked about it, and I was kind of like, look, like I gotta wait till I get the money, like, and he was like, yeah, I'm not doing them and then waiting, because I'm like, well, no, yeah, dude, with the price that he he shot me with
Yeah.
just for like a basic one to do it. I was kind of like, oh shit. He's like, yeah. I'm like, nah, that makes sense, dude. And like,
Yeah.
I want extras on top of it to like really make it special.
Yeah.
Like I said, I really want to see if he could put a roll line kingpin in there. I never broke one. I never broke a roll line truck either. Um, but they're not 45, so I don't know what truck would even work with it. Is the other problem.
Is that all jumping?
Jumping, flipping, yeah.
Just basically slamming.
Yeah, that's literally like that's the other problem with the freaking the Royals. Like uh Friday night at 47, I was showing one of the girls how to do like how you roll back and stand up and like kind of jump back onto my feet.
Yep.
And it popped my truck popped right out of the pivot ball, the pivot cup.
Really?
Yeah, it does it all the time on them.
But
Any of those
they're
guys
loose
from
too,
like
right?
Whitehall and Bethlehem, you can ask. It happens to them all the time. Yeah,
But
even if they're not though. I mean, other people I've met that run the hard cushions on them, and same thing. They just like compress so much, and then it literally just unseats itself.
so my thing is, I don't know what you think about this. Is like I was real amazed, like coming back around, like because thinking about those same things, because like especially now, like I think we were mentioning this the other night. When I was a kid, like I had like skates for I don't know how many years. I never changed a cushion. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything like that, right? But I weighed like next to nothing, right?
Yeah.
So now it's a whole different game, right? Obviously, because I'm like twice the person I was, as far as my weight is concerned, if not, well, probably more than that. But I don't know, man. I like coming back around. I just feel like when I would talk to people about like, okay, like what's the most durable thing I could find, right? But that doesn't have to weigh a ton, maybe like 45. And like this, it seemed like just the mentality was like, well, you're just not going to find that. It just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, like you saw my skate. Have you ever checked out my boots?
Yeah,
My custom they are.
remember. I think at Jackson we were looking at them because we were looking at. You think you were over with Larry looking at wheels and stuff.
Oh yeah. Because I was talking to him about I have those CBG wheels I could care less for, and he wanted to buy them. And
Yeah.
something else we were talking about. I don't remember what. Yeah, but originally they're sitting over there actually on high tops that I don't skate because they're like completely the wrong size and the wrong stiffness. I bought roll line titanium energies. They were like $850 or something. Like they're stupid, yeah. And I threw those on there, and I just didn't. I couldn't move on them. Put the softest cushions on there. I couldn't move right, and then I was getting wheel bite because going from the lasers, the deck height is so much different
Yep.
because they're meant for dancing. They're not meant for shovel skating.
Yep.
And then I had Mistrals, which is basically the same plate, but like half the price. So I threw those on there because they were just a size shorter. And I was moving a little more, but it was still like way too like snappy. Like I couldn't control everything.
Yeah.
But I still haven't broken those. I've had those for a while. So then I got the Snyders, the Royals, because that's what like Fuller and all of them are on. I was like, let me try them. Like they bitch about them, but let me try them.
They weigh a
It can't
ton,
be
right?
worse than oh, I don't even care about the weight. I could care less about that. I don't feel it. But I was breaking laser parts here and there, like every night. And then at some point, like after COVID, you couldn't even Sure Grip took laser off their website. Like you couldn't even find it anymore. They temporarily shut down production, and you couldn't get parts, couldn't get anything. Mhm. So I was like, all right, now I have to find something else, or I'm screwed. I can't skate anymore. So then I ended up getting the Royal. Like I like it. It moves nice. It's double action, but it's got some things. I'm like, seriously, like they're $400, and the kingpin comes out of them like every session. I can't, do a handspring without the pivot ball flopping out.
So
But yeah, you can't get perfect unless unless Nathan makes it.
right. Yeah. Nah. Shout out anything machined. Shout out.
Yeah,
Nathan
pretty
Edwards.
much.
That dude gets a ton of shout outs on it. On top of being like incredible at what he does, he's one of the nicest dudes you're ever gonna meet.
Oh yeah, like you can't not like that guy. Like
He-
he's just
Yeah. He's another one.
guy.
He's another one I love. I would love getting in with at Roller Jam. He and I would do the same thing.
Oh, you know what? I think that night, I'm pretty sure Nathan was either behind you or in front of
Yep.
you at one point, right
Yep.
behind me, and I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
sweet."
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, because we had skated it before, like the first time, and we just had a blast. And then it was like a thing. It was like, from that point out, like, okay, like at what point of the night are we just gonna basically just run around here cutting everybody off, you know what I mean? Without losing each other, But it's just like the vibe. It was so cool. That's the only spot I've ever been. Okay. This is what I tell people about Roller Jam. Like, normally you go to a session, right? And even if like you might have a bunch of different styles, like at a session, right? Like you got a bunch of JB guys, a bunch of shuffle guys, jam guys, whatever. But at certain points in the night, those styles are going to be more represented based on the music, whatever, right?
Right.
Like Roller Jam is the only spot I ever been to where every single style was like repped at every moment of every session flawlessly, fluidly, not smashing into each other. I go to rinks 2-3 times that size with the same amount of people,
and they can't figure it out. Yeah.
What the hell is
that?
They
can't figure it out. I don't know.
And they don't serve alcohol either.
No, yeah, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we driving drunk better on a smaller track?
Right. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. But we need something like that again, man. That was my favorite place to go to.
I mean, you have Xanadu, but like that's like Rob and Jackie and I were talking about Eshon. It's like you're spending at least $100 to get up there. Even from where we're at, like by the time you pay to get in the session, you got tolls, pay to park, food, whatever. It's easily $100. Like, it's not that that's any different for me though, because like Whitehall and Bethlehem are hour and a half, hour 45 minutes. So
you got tolls,
gas there, yeah.
Oh, from Jersey.
Yeah, because they take Turnpike.
Yeah, from Jersey, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take the Turnpike, and it's between the gas and the toll. I'm probably up there, honestly. I mean,
yeah. Well, I was doing that,
and food.
Yeah, I was doing that in Philly on Wednesday nights because it's a 3-hour round trip for me to Philly. And
Jesus,
and it would be 5 hours if I didn't take the Pike. But
yeah.
The friggin' tolls, man, were beating the shit out of me, and I was doing it on a Wednesday for a late skate. Bro.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
And then like 20, 25 people there.
And a lot of those like skaters, like you kind of got into it, like, or back into it, like right after all those people stopped.
Yeah.
Like they had like a skating boom there during COVID, like everywhere else. But it was just everybody came back, and then it was like they all disappeared again.
So here's what I hear from people is that, so anytime I mention like Plex, especially when I first started skating again, it's like, oh yeah, I started going to Plex or whatever. Every single person, to a person that skates around that area on the regular, you should have been there when it was a Palace. You should have went there.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
They can say that all they want. I mean, I went there as it was the Palace. I went there as it's Plex. It's no different to me, honestly.
I think they just meant like the people, the vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, but then like Rob could tell you, like 20 years ago, that place was probably one of the best places to be at.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of places like Jackson, there's no like kids coming in to skate. There's no like newcomers getting into skating.
Yeah.
So like the outflux is more than the influx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially there. I mean, they have like a lot of fast backwards there because like Camden and Millennium Rink, like that's what they do. That's kind of the area. I mean, it's like going to Chicago and
JB.
Yeah, like that's what it is. That's it. But there isn't really shuffle skating there anymore.
I'll tell you, the area that has like, and this has nothing to do with like who skates better or anything like that. But you want to see an area where you talk about kids coming in and like kind of like
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like
it's a breeding ground for new skaters, bro.
It is.
Like, I don't know what it is, man, but down there, like they have it like where kids come in there, right? And they're like, oh, this is cool. Like
it's not like up here where like, people go skating. It's a goal. It's like, no, man, it's skating. Like, I don't know what do you mean?
Well,
it's like normal down there. Like nobody hates on it down in Florida.
yeah, I mean, there's a whole speed skating culture down there too. So
Yeah, that's true.
that's the one thing. But yeah, no, it's like you see these kids and it's like they have like I think there's more teenagers, which is the way it should be, right?
Yeah,
Like, to be honest with you. But like, yeah. Like, cause I remember I remember being a kid and being like, oh, I want to do that. Like I like seeing people doing what they do and being like, I want to do that. And I go to these rinks now where like I don't like you don't see a lot for kids to like aspire to, man.
no,
There's
you don't. I
nothing
mean,
attractive happening.
but that's also because, like I said, a lot of older guys stop skating. A lot of them,
Oh
they're
yeah.
done,
Yeah.
or they only go to late skates. They don't go to regular sessions anymore. I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even go to regular sessions anymore because it's just
Yeah.
I'll go to South Amboy, but like even that's like once every couple months.
Yeah. Yeah. The only like sessions like that I kind of like normal regular sessions, I like going to Whitehall like on a Wednesday sometimes or like a Friday, like, you know, I like that floor there, man.
But they have kids there too, though. Like they
But
have
not
kids
a,
that like want to skate.
yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is then like so there's like this kind of what we were talking about down in Florida. There's like this micro version of it. It seems like in the Lehigh Valley, man.
Yeah, it definitely is.
You know, and because those kids are good, man. You know, like it's Fuller and all those guys. You know, kind of passing that thing on. You know, but man, they're so freaking good.
Yeah,
So
they
good.
are. They are pretty good.
And I like I don't know. That's why I was stoked when Jackie came to me about doing the 8 wheels thing, you know, and being like, well, let's do this like here, like in this, like that style, like let's do that thing, you know, and talking to Rob, it was like, that was kind of like reminiscent of what 8 wheels was anyway, talking to them, you know, but,
I mean, it's hard when you have like he'll even say it like you've got there's sessions like every night now.
yeah,
I mean,
man.
it got really bad during COVID, like after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I was skating almost every night, a late skate, like a real like advanced session
Mm-hmm.
every night, all over the place. Sometimes twice a night. Like I'd hit South Amboy on Friday night and then leave a little early and run down to skate 47 and skate. And then Saturday night, I'd do the same thing and then go to roller jam. And then like the weekend, and then Sunday I'd be at Branch Brook or at Holiday, well, the rink. Monday I was like usually not skating, and then Tuesday was Jackson or I was at the rink, and then Wednesday I think I was just going to a regular session, or I'd be up in Connecticut or Massachusetts. Thursday South Amboy had something, or I was in another state somewhere. It was
So,
constant. It was like every day during COVID.
okay, so that's just during COVID. So
That's just during COVID. Yeah, that was I was all every place I could get to, I went to.
COVID, like, so that thing like stops, or like the COVID thing kind of comes to an end. What happens to all these sessions at that point?
They just became on top of there just being too many and people doing the same shit on the same night.
Yeah.
Oh well, like take Whitehall for example. Let's say that like uh Whitehall's the second Saturday. It always has been. Now let's say a big wheel out there decides to do a second Saturday or do a second Friday skate. Let's say
Mm,
nobody's gonna drive out of their way. They're just gonna wait another day and go
yeah.
where they already know.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, everything else opened up. So it was like it wasn't just bars and roller skating. It was like Six Flags was back open, beach is back open. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can go do all this stuff I didn't get to do now. Bye.
Do you ever get to these like shuffle events? Do you ever do any of those things?
Which ones?
Just anyone, and like down south or anything like that? Do you ever?
No, I haven't gotten down that way yet.
No. I'll tell you what, you'd like Reflections. If you haven't been to Skate Reflections.
Yeah, my buddy Ashton lives down there in Kissimmee, and he was like, "You got to get to Skate Reflections." And what was the other one? It was one of the Astros. I don't think it
Yeah.
was Brandon. Maybe it was Brandon.
or Orlando. There's Astro Orlando too.
Yeah, but he was like, you got to get to Skate Reflection though. Like that's where it's at.
They did
Or
a
Cimarron.
Cimarron. Yeah, that's a racetrack,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah, yeah. That was the one thing I was like, it'd be nice to go down there and
yeah. Well,
probably be an asshole.
the cool thing about Reflections is like, so like I go down to like the Memorial Day event, and it's kind of like going to like Georgia, like for the USA event, where it's just a racetrack. But at least, but the thing at Reflections is it's like twice the size, so you can have all that going on. But like when you go like to Georgia, like for that event, it's like that's all that you can be doing because you have to be moving with that crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you're just gonna get run over. But down at Reflections, like you kind of had like that middle lane. You know what I mean? To kind of just, it just was a little bit more open and stuff. But oh yeah, dude, like the system in that place, the whole vibe. Oh yeah, man, the floor is great.
Yeah, I've always heard good things about Skate Reflections. Always.
Woo. Well, they Chris and Carrie, the owners, they're the only other. They just came to me a few months ago about asking to do a Skate Like You event down there. So, which is
That's good.
It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. So yeah, so I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I've never gotten down there though. I mean, I might try to this summer, but I doubt it because I'm already going to Pittsburgh and it's gonna be too much.
in Whitehall.
Yeah, well, that's not necessarily out of the way. Pittsburgh's 5.5 hours from me,
Yeah, man.
so that's a vacation weekend. Like,
Were you at Steel City last year?
no, I haven't gone in 3 years. I went to the third annual.
Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say I don't remember seeing you down there. Did you ever get to?
No, yeah, I didn't make it.
Did you ever get to the Ohio stuff? The Ohio
No,
events?
nope.
Never Castle.
No, I want to. I had friends that went out there I want to go just to say I went, but like,
That floor is.
that's it.
That floor is amazing.
Is it?
Oh my god, dude! It's rotund, like huge. Just it rolls so fast. It's good. It's really really good.
Well, that's like Waterbury.
Oh yeah,
That's arguably probably one of the best floors,
no kidding.
and because it's rotunda
Yeah.
and being like narrow plank rotunda.
Yes.
I took my buddy up there, and he never. I knew he didn't skate a floor like that yet because the only other one that's like that's Olympic, and that's a wide. It's like a 2 or 3 inch wide, floor. So I didn't really feel it as much when I went there. But I was telling him, I'm like, you gotta don't like you naturally push when you're shuffling around the
Mhm.
bends. He's like, yeah, like you can't do that. And he's like, really? I said, yeah. So we get on the floor, we're skating, whatever. He's 10 feet in front of me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I told you, you can't. You catch way too much speed because the floor doesn't stop you at all. You just keep going.
Yeah.
And then he started doing it, and he realized, he's like, holy shit, that's crazy.
So,
But it's also really smooth. I mean, that's just a nice floor. I've always liked it up there.
yeah. So the other rink in Maine that people go to a lot right now. Oh man, something Rollerdrome, something Auburn.
Oh yeah, Roller Drome.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that.
So that used to be a bowling
That-
alley.
That's in like southern Maine, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not quite. I mean, it's not on the coast or anything, but
No, but it's closer to Mass and New Hampshire.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it's about about 45 minutes from like Portland.
Okay.
moving north.
Yeah.
So that place is old bowling alley floor. Like, because it used to be a bowling alley, so they took all that those narrow strips, man.
Wow.
That is just baby ass smooth, dude. Like, there's one little like, whoop, like one little thing, but like other than that, it's smooth as hell, man. It's really impressive, and it's an old ass building, and I don't know who like has OCD in that place because like it's got super high ceilings, but you can just see like all the way to everything is immaculately clean. Like it's just immaculate, right? And it's, if any place has like the excuse to just be dusty and whatever, you know what I mean? No, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's like South Amboy. South Amboy's old.
Mhm.
That's all that place has ever been. I mean, they used to have 3 rinks in there. Now it's just the one, and then like They have the one upstairs, but it's covered with like stock. They use it for storage. Um, but even that place is old. Like they need some work done, but it's a lot of money these days.
So the have you ever been to that Guptill's place?
No, we were just talking about this actually before Skate 47 Friday. We went to the restaurant beforehand, and me, Fuller, and Rob, we were all talking about that place. Kyle Skates, if you know who that is. Um, I was talking to him about it because he's been there, he posted there, and I was like, "How is that place? Like, I know it's the biggest rink in the world."
Yeah.
And he's like, "It depends. I mean, you have to get there and hope you got there on the right night because they either couldn't give a flying fuck about what you do, or like you can't do anything but skate in a circle."
Really?
Yeah, he said it's like it's one way or the other. It's not. There's no like in between.
It doesn't depend on the session. It's just
I guess not. He said they don't really do like sessions like that because the place is so big. I guess it's kind of like maybe like you pay like kind of like how um the Central Park thing was.
yeah.
What was that? Wow, I never went there. It was that outdoor thing that Usher and everybody were at.
Oh, okay. But wait. But you're saying like but you're not saying like they rent the place out.
No, no, no. But it's like you you pay for like a certain amount of hours or something. Like I don't remember how it worked. I don't think they
Oh.
actually had like set hours and set sessions.
They're just open all the time and you just
Some they had some like yeah, like you pay for 3 hours of skating or something. Something
like
like that. I don't remember. I could
it's
be
like
totally wrong or just
it's
made
like
all that
going
up
bowling.
thinking I'm right.
It's like going bowling. You know what I mean?
Yo, yeah, you just bowl till you're done. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Those session. I heard it's like a museum though. Like on top of it. Like it's or
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. There's like a bunch of like memorabilia and something else in there.
they're like
I've heard
cars and
that
stuff,
too.
right? Like
Yeah, I heard something like that. Like they have showpieces or something.
yeah. So like
Because I think it used to be something else.
so
It wasn't
like
always a roller rink, I don't think.
yeah. Like well, so I'm looking at it, these pictures online and I hear people talk about it. And it's so funny the way you talk about it because I'm thinking to myself, every time I've ever looked at it or looked into it, I look and I'm like, this could either be awesome or like awful. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well, and it's probably the same from you. It's like a 6 or 7 hour drive from me or
oh
something.
yeah. It's got to be
It's
worth it.
far, so it's
Yeah.
like I think Fuller was saying there was a couple other rinks like right there that like you don't just go there just to go there one night and drive home. Like
Oh yeah.
you got to hit other rinks over there, or it's not worth it at all.
Yeah.
And it's just such a far drive. Like I want to go just to go and say I went one time, like maybe go every like 5 years or something,
Mm.
for shits and giggles. But it's far. It's really far. And I was driving. That's come from me. I was driving to Massachusetts and Connecticut like
Yeah.
a few times a month
Yeah.
at one point.
I'm trying to think of the way you go when you drive up there. Like I know like when I would drive back from Pennsylvania, like I would always go the Tappan Zee Bridge. I would never go
Yeah, that's the
GW.
one to go on.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
Yeah, when I go to Mass, I take the Tappan Zee to get there because it's more miles, but it's the same amount of time, but there's like no traffic.
And no toll, no GW toll, like the
Yeah,
get
and
ripped.
then because we weren't like staying the night, we would drive up there, skate the 3 or 4 hours,
Mhm.
and then not get home till like 7 or 8 in the morning because we drive home.
Yeah.
We would drive to Connecticut, on 15 where all
Oh
those
yeah.
little mini stops are.
Yep.
We'd sleep in a parking lot there for like an
Yep.
hour and a half, and then we'd trade off driving like every 20 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And then we'd take the George W. home because he'd be dead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, like we'd have foot to the floor in my pickup, like flying down this freaking bridge on the lower end, just taking off.
Dude, like 15 is the worst part of that trip. When
My
takes
buddy's
forever.
got family in Rhode Island, and he says so does my mom, and they said they hate taking 15.
It's
But
just
then he tells me what time of day they leave. I'm like, oh, maybe that's why.
well,
Because I
yeah.
always tell him like I take 15, and he's like, what time do you leave? Does he leave at like 12 o'clock at noon, like lunchtime? Like, Well, there's your problem, dude. I leave at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. I don't hit any traffic.
Yeah, no, it's not even the traffic. It's just that long. It's just this longest stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if you're coming home in it at like 3 in the morning and it's
Yeah.
pitch black out.
Yep.
You shut the headlights off and
It's nothing.
there's nothing.
Yeah, it's
You
nothing.
can't see shit.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's interesting, man. I've driven up there. I don't know how many times. Especially because I used to be able to fly. I used to be able to go Philly to Manchester, New Hampshire.
Oh yeah, they had like a mini port there, right?
Yep. And they cut all that shit. Once again, like the fuel prices really started going up. They cut those small trips. But so what's like South Amboy like now? What's the night to go there now?
They don't really do a session anymore. It's just like it's family nights. It's really all it is now. But comparing them to like other places for like just a Friday night, like a regular session, it's better in the sense that like it's 15 or $16 to get in the door, but it's like 4 hours of skating versus everybody else is doing like 2.5 hours now.
And is it like a certain, like, what's the vibe there? Like, does it depend on the night? They have different nights where like kind of like just different like styles happening.
It's pretty much the same. It's really just like kids and families now.
So it's like top 40 like vibe.
Yeah. I mean, like if I let someone know I'm going, like I know I'll ask for some songs, I'll get them, but there's no playing like that. I mean, during COVID, one of the managers, he used to DJ at Wheels. We had a lot of people from Branchburg coming there. So it was like the last hours, or less, he'd go up there and put music on and like let us skate. Because there'd be like nobody in there at that point. All the kids left, all the families left. It was too late. So he'd let us, as long as we like behaved the whole beginning of the session, he'd play music and it was nice being in there all the time again.
And what about Branchbrook then? Like what would be the night? Like,
Sunday night, Sunday, Thursday night. Doesn't matter which one, doesn't matter who's DJing. Just go.
Go.
Just go.
All right. You got to coordinate that then. I got to
Yeah.
Cause I'm willing to travel. I am. Like I'm always willing to take a drive. It's got to be, worth it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they just had something must have happened recently. I don't know if you saw all the posts about it. But they're talking the city or something was talking about cutting the hours for the adult session or raising the minimum age. Because I guess there's just been some shit going on, I guess. I mean, drama and like the younger generation's not as, I guess, respectful when it comes to the rink. I don't really know yet. I haven't actually asked any of my friends there to see. I'm kind of just guessing at this point.
When you say the city is talking about it.
Yeah, well, to my understanding, United Skates again, could be wrong. I might be wrong on this, but to my understanding, United Skates runs the rink, but it's a city-owned recreation center.
No kidding.
I could be, that might not be entirely, it might have a little bit of that up, but that was last my understanding is how it worked. Same with Millennium. That's why they're called, like, if you ever look at all the other United Skates there, except for I think there's another one that isn't called, United Skates of Jackson or United Skates of, I forgot the one in Arizona or the one in Florida. Like, they're usually United Skates of whatever town.
Yep.
But those two aren't.
Huh. Yeah, like Tampa. I went to the United Skates of Tampa.
That's what, United Skates Tampa. Like, they're usually the town. They're not United Skates of Roller Magic. Like, they're not usually called that.
That's interesting. Huh. Did not know that.
Again, could be wrong. I could have a little bit of that. Fuck that. Somebody's going to watch this and they're going to text me and be like, you're an idiot. No. And I know exactly who it
is. Oh, man. Oh, man, we had an hour and 18 literally just sitting here talking shit. That's all we did. Which is perfect.
I can do this all day.
This is perfect, man. I could, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, okay. So Branchbrook. Okay. We got to figure that out. Just let me know next time you're going. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a while. But I'm going to try. I mean, Jackie and I were talking about getting me some boots again. So As soon as I get high tops, like I'm taking a Monday off and I'm running up there. Like it's happening.
So what's what like so you know I gotta ask people like now that I have when I have guests that have done the 8 wheels thing, I gotta ask like everybody like to tell me like what's at least one must thing that we have to make sure is happening at this event for it to truly be reminiscent of an 8 wheels no brakes vibe.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the right rank, so like I can't even because he always did it at South Amboy. It was always at South Amboy, except for the year that the roof caved. It was at Jackson
Well,
that
I
one
can't
year.
do that, Evan. I
Yeah,
mean,
I know. I know. I don't know, man. I mean, who's DJ? I didn't even see.
Tito, Mad
It is
Hatter,
Tito.
and
Oh yeah, I did actually see that. Yeah,
and Jace is gonna get in.
perfect. I was just gonna say, please.
I
I would
dude, I
honestly,
love that dude.
I'd love to say like DJ because he's really good, but he'll bail like the night before. Be like, oh, I can't go. Like he'll have some stupid reason, and he's not gonna be there. It's gonna be like, well,
Are you saying that there's a reliability issue there?
what? Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. But I finally like got on his ass. I'm like, bro, if you don't f***ing stop bailing, you're just not gonna get offered anymore. But like, he doesn't want to drive alone that late at night. So like, if he doesn't have someone to go with, he doesn't want to like go. And like, he had so many nights he was supposed to be and he bailed.
No.
And then the one night he didn't bail and was probably one of the best nights there. Next to the night that Jace DJ'd a few months back. Probably one of the best nights.
I can get down to Jace, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's just that same, like, because I say the same thing to Sean, you know, and it's kind of even with Jace too. Like, that's why I like going out to that area, man, because it's like, I feel like the vibe they put on is kind of the closest kind of vibe that I like get to like what Roller Jam kind of was, you know.
You know, when Josh used to DJ there all the time, and then Sean and before Jace changed some of his music up and there was Cheddar, it was like it didn't matter. You were going for a different DJ, but you were going for the same music.
Gotcha.
It was the same night. It was, and then Jason Cheddar kind of changed the way they were playing. Cheddar doesn't play anymore. But then it was like I want to go when Jace plays.
Okay.
And then Sean was getting good because he was playing a lot more of the hip hop and the R&B and like more what I want to listen to. Like the last Whitehall session, it was him and Josh, and I think maybe it was just because it was both of them. I was just like, meh.
They Dan brought him out to Colorado for that event, and they're bringing him back. They liked them out there.
Colorado, what else? Oh,
do you know?
I think I remember seeing the flyer.
Do you know Dan Carlson, Divine?
Nah,
he was there this weekend. He sells those.
like, to be honest with you, if they don't sell vintage skate stuff on Facebook, I don't know who any of them are.
Well, he's the one that puts out that event out in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Super good dude, super cool dude. But yeah, he's gonna have him back out again, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like you're saying that like Sean wanted to like bring something different. When I was starting, you know, when you were saying that I do all these different things when you'd see me at Roller Jam, that was part of what my friends and I were kind of trying to do because Ishan's from Newark. He's from Branchbrook. That's his rank. Technically skate 22, but that's go on. So Branchbrook. And then Jaden and I are from South Amboy, and we'd have in like the Friday nights, like some of the older skaters from Branchbrook would come there. So like we had some of that already knew, but shuffle skating was the thing there.
Yeah.
And then Eshawn, when he started coming, he wasn't always on high tops. He was always on low boots. He jam skated.
Yeah, I remember he still had his vanilla.
And then we got more into that because we didn't really have anybody that did that. So we all kind of got more into that. That's what led us going up to, you know, see TJ and Ryan and them up in Massachusetts and skating with those guys because they jam skate a lot. That's like their thing.
Yeah.
And then like that Florida style shuffle skating. That's pretty much what they do.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we were really trying to do and go into all those places. And like we went out to the Shillington skate away.
Oh.
Ray. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Ray Ray posted a video of these kids. I mean, this was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Of these kids out there that were jam skating and like shuffle skating. You could see like they didn't have anybody showing them. Like they were kind of just
Right.
figuring it out, but they were doing really good.
Yeah.
And you've seen them skate. They were there all weekend. A
Yep.
couple of them, not all of them. Actually, I
No,
think
I know.
there's like one of them
Yeah.
now.
Angel and Kieran Rigel, and
Yeah, they might have. I don't know if they were there that night. We went out there originally
but
to.
they all would go, like they would go to Shillington and stuff.
Yeah, that's their rank.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Kieran, yes. Kieran was there that night. Him, Julie, it was like, and then I was kind of like, oh, maybe we need to go there. And Ray was like, yeah, they want you guys to come out here. And so like
Yeah.
we went out there one night to what looked like the shittiest rink I will ever have been to,
Yeah.
next to like, the asphalt outside my apartment.
Yeah.
Like, and then they bloomed into like everything they are now. And it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
they've got so much talent. And it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's what we were trying to do at that point, was just like go and show how different it is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, the thing about Shillington is like those are the most blown out speakers that have ever existed in the history of rinkdom. You know what I mean? Like I swear to God, like they probably they sound like they had like I don't know, that Kiss roadies were doing coke off them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1974. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
probably were.
like it's just the worst. But let me, but you brought up Eshawn. I'm gonna say this before we jet. Okay, dude, shout out to that dude, because I said this to him the other night. That dude, I'll go like maybe a month, 2 months without seeing him. He levels up like 10 times every time I see him, man, in the middle of
Always
that
been
floor.
like that.
Dude,
Always been like that.
Shout out Eshawn, dude. Like straight up, like it's just this jump. And look, and 2 months isn't a long time. It's not a long time. Like,
No, it really isn't.
It's not to the extent where he just goes like, and I'm not saying like, well, I'm just using this as a reference. I'm not saying he's down here at any point. I'm just trying to show the increase or whatever, but like I said it to him the other night. I was like, dude, every time I can see you, man, it's like you're like, oh, you just leveled up like 10, 20 times. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He just gets it. I don't know what it is. He just has it.
I never see.
But and the other nice thing, like we were trying to convince him, because Jaden and I got our high tops long before he did. We've been trying to convince him for a long time, like, dude, and DJ Dream too. We all those guys at Birch, we were trying to convince him for the longest time he needed to put high tops on his feet.
Yeah,
because he'd just kill it. There would be no need to adjust. Like, and he basically did. He basically just got on him like he'd been on him his whole life.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Shamar Cunningham. He great on skates.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them. I was talking to him the other night. I'm like, he just can do it. Like he just has it.
Yeah.
And Shamar was saying like, yeah, but he still has like his jam style. Like he didn't lose his whole style by changing skates.
Right.
And that's what he was afraid of. Like,
right.
And we were like, dude, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to change your whole style because you're on something else. Like,
no, but I honestly, dude, I can't think of somebody where like I go 2-3 months and without like I could well, yeah, I run through the inventory of people I know where I might not see him for 2 months. And Eshawn's the only one I come back and I see he's doing 25 new difficult things. You know what I mean? That he wasn't doing 2 months before.
He is like so highly motivated, and
he's got to be working his ass off.
Like disciplined to a point where like he doesn't even really get like frustrated like that. He just kind of keeps going until he does it.
Yeah, man. So much respect.
It's just, yeah. Like even like the stuff that Fuller and like the Whitehall kids do, like I never really did that stuff because I didn't really hang out with them until in more recent years.
Mm-hmm.
But like they just showed me one of them the other day, and I was kind of like, all right. Like it's not that it was easy, but it was kind of like, all right, it's not as complex as I thought, because some of them are. Some of their little routines, I'm like, I missed like 7 things that just happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Atlanta Daffy every single time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. This kid's
and then like,
man.
I skate completely different. I mean, you can see
you and me both, dude.
The difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I felt like a freak when I moved here. You know what I mean? I absolutely did. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
and I was coming from roller jam, so like when I first started really like hanging out with them and going to rinks they were at, like not only them specifically, but like I'd always hear from somebody, like, oh, you skate so different, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, cause like different rink. Like I'm not from
Yeah.
here. Like
Yeah. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. All right, man. Shit, we did an hour 32.
look at that.
Hour 32, man. Good, man.
My girlfriend's asleep on the table.
Nice. Nice. All right. Anything else you want to throw out there? You want to mention? You don't have to.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. This is the most unique episode I've had.
I'd hope so.
Just because it didn't go like in this.
Dude, I did a podcast when was it Philly Fall Bash? Or it was the event that just happened this weekend last year, and it was like skating with Big Cuz.
Oh yeah.
It was me and little Gianna. We were on there like just I didn't even know what was going on half the time, and like we thought we were gonna be like the whole show, and it was like we got like 2 seconds of the whole like podcast, and it was of Jay smacking my ass, and I looked at her, I was like, "Did you just grab my ass?" She's like, "No."
Yeah, he does the little clips, man.
Yeah.
Skate Shop Radio.
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't even remember.
He's a good dude. He's a nice guy, man. I like that dude.
Yeah.
But all right, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate it. I can't wait to listen.
I do too.
This is gonna be funny, dude.
Oh, it's gonna be. I mean, like,
do you want me?
I could have been far worse too. You have no idea.
Do you want me to cut the part with about or no?
Wait, what did I don't even remember. Oh, like calling him unreliable.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll love that.
Look, it's not like he didn't bring the smoke, dude. He brought smoke.
Yeah, I do know who he shit talked, but
he didn't give a name. But if people knew, like, he didn't leave it like. I guess if you knew, you knew, kind of thing.
There's only 2 DJs there. Could have been.
Yeah, I got a message from somebody. From one of them was like, "I work there. He's definitely talking about this guy."
which one were they saying? Because I know it's either.
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you.
That's definitely who he was gonna say. That's like, just shut up, dude. I don't know. Do I want you to cut that? He's like, "You should do this hole."
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad.
We were laughing, but it's funny though. It's called DJ Unreliable. He won't show up.
Yeah, no, you can cut that part. I don't want to make him cry. He'll get a little upset about that.
Oh my god. I could literally, like, I've talked about DJs on here a bunch because I DJ'd for years, man, and not rinks, but like, you talk about like the Craigslist DJ, which is basically like the fucking person that's going to call you like the day of your venue and be like, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
He basically just called Craigslist DJ.
Yeah, he was being like that. And I get it. His car ain't that great. Like, I get it to a point.
And don't take the job though.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Sometimes shit happens, but then there was times it was like he was relying on to bring up because he didn't want to drive.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we can cut that part. I'm just gonna tell him to go clean up the garage. He's gonna be like, "What?"
Dude, I'm gonna release a promo of just like, like it's just gonna be all the times that we're saying like, oh, just cut that part.
The whole thing's gonna be me.
People are gonna love it, dude. People are like, oh shit, I gotta watch this.
That'd be funny. Oh, like the 100th episode. Just we cut this out.
Yeah. Oh,
just me calling dumbass. Oh, that would be great.
Oh yeah, he's an idiot.
I've said that to him before. We were on the phone the other day, and I was like, bro, you're what do you think you're doing? You're working at the fucking rink.
Well, I mean, if he's like a chronic call off, though, I mean, maybe the rink's perfect for him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Shit.
I was like, I was like, you're being a dumbass.
Meanwhile, he's even skipping out of the chores at home. You know what I mean?
Apparently.
writing his name on like the orange juice and shit in the refrigerator.
Yeah, like pay for it.
Don't touch my shit.
Get out of my room.
My laundry done or what?
Something. Get out of my room.
How can...
It's not a fake.
All right, man. All right. Well, now I got to split for real.
Yeah. I would just cut this couple things out. We're probably good.
I appreciate it, man. This was better than I expected.
Yeah, we can do it again. We can make a part 2.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. They'll be asking for more. All right, man. Good talking to you, man. I'll catch you soon.
All right, later.
See ya.